What's up guys? So outside I set up my makiwara board, and today I'm going to be doing 1,000 punches with each hand on the makiwara board. And just a little bit of before and after comparison. So before, here's my knuckles. This is my hands before the 1,000 punches. Now let's cue the time lapse and see the after effect. Alright, so here I'm just speeding through about 100 punches right here, and then I'm going to slow it back down. There's no soft punches going on here. All of them are hard. They're shaking the building that it's attached to. There's some paint coming off. But I just wanted to take this time to talk a little bit about makiwara and makiwara training, because I know it gets really boring sitting here watching me do 1,000 punches with each hand. So on screen, here's a picture of a makiwara, and this is the same one that I'm using. But it's traditionally used by Japanese karateka and karate practitioners to toughen the knuckles, and this allowed them to be ready for the Kyokushin battles where they're hitting a solid person. And the one that I'm using has canvas over it, and that's kind of like the gi material that we have, so it simulates punching someone really hard in the stomach so your knuckles don't get hurt or anything like that. Back in the day, people used to use trees or whatever they could find. They would hit pretty much anything. They had a variety of different techniques to pretty much hurt themselves into being tougher. Now, karate, and not just Shotokan in general, but all styles of karate or any Okinawan art, this wasn't something specific to them. The wing-chun dummy from Kung Fu is a different type of makiwara for a different style. They both serve the same purpose, to toughen the bones, toughen the hands, toughen the feet of what you're using as your body's weapons, but it was just invented somewhere else, so it had a little bit of cultural differences. So that's after 300. Knuckles peeling up like that. So after 300, a little bit of skin peeling off, some blood spots rising up. So I'm going to chill out with this hand for a little bit, do 300 with the left hand, which is still clean by the way, I haven't hit anything with it yet. And then I'll go back to this hand. Did it hurt?
Yes.
However, the makiwara is not just for your knuckles, it's also for elbows, knees, shins if you can. There's different ways to toughen your shins and your other parts of the body, but anything that you can do in a match, you can do on the makiwara. There's some different type of makiwaras, like the wing-chun dummy. The original makiwara were dug 3 feet into the ground and then buried up. There's a little diagram on screen, but this was the original way that Gishin Funakoshi wanted his students to build their makiwaras and train with them this way. If anyone's thinking about buying a makiwara, I would definitely recommend this one, because it's a little bit more padded, so it's better for beginners, but it still tears you up a little bit because of the canvas material on the outside. It simulates fighting in a real Kyokushin tournament. Alright, that's 100 right there. Let's keep going. By the 200 check mark. And here we are at 300. You can see the difference. This one's healed up a little bit. The redness has went down. But I don't know, I always get these little red blotches in between my pinkies when I do this. But the middle finger didn't open up like it did on this one. And you can see the skin came off like on the inside. I guess that's where I was trying to keep my form, turning my fist to where the front two were hitting. It just kind of ripped it open a little bit. But now I'm going to switch to alternating hands, and I'm going to do it like that until I get to 1,000. Alright, we're at 400 with each hand right now. So we just hit the halfway mark. Nothing too bad, they're just pretty red. So it was kind of hard to count to 1,000 as fast as I was punching them. So I learned this little trick from my sensei Chris. What I did was I start with my left, and then every single time my right hand hits, I would count, so I only have to count twice as high. So when I get to 1,000, instead of counting to 2,000 for both hands, once I get to 1,000 on my right hand, I know my left hand's at 1,000 as well. So you can see it kind of in my face. I'm focused on counting a little bit. It starts to hurt in a little while, and I'll kind of like make some weird faces, so just kind of ignore those. But my counting got off a couple of times, and so I think I actually did a few more than I needed to. But hey, a little extra practice never hurt. But I just want to include these clips like this to show that none of these punches are soft. I just randomly slowed down a couple of the clips from the time lapse, and I didn't want anybody to think, oh, he just did 100 punches and then, you know, kind of wussed out on the rest of them. No, that's not how I did it. So we're coming to the end of this, and then we're about to get into the real fun. And we're at 600 per hand. For the sake of keeping the video short, I'm just going to time lapse the rest of the punches, and I'll recap at the end. I was doing these a little bit faster, and the way that the time lapse slowed it down, it looks like I do about 4 punches the entire time, which I'm kind of upset about, but it's out of my hands. However, I did 400 right here. Coming down to the last little stretch right here, I had 20 left, so I undid the time lapse, and we're about to finish. We're gonna finish strong, guys. Oh my god. Alright, there's the final product. I'm gonna take it out here in the light so you can see it better. I'm like absolutely drenched in sweat right now. That was awesome. There's the right hand. Skin coming up on this finger and my ring finger. Kind of sore, I can feel it a little bit. Left hand, same skin coming up on this finger. Ew, that's pretty gross. Blotchiness in between my pinky, just like on this side. I'm not sure what causes that, but that happens pretty much every time I hit the makiwara. But I hope this video was pretty entertaining, me pretty much beating myself up for training. It just shows dedication. There's really no point in this because I'm not Kyokushin or anything like that, but it was crazy awesome. And hopefully I had some facts for you in the voiceovers during the time lapse. Hopefully those were entertaining and educational. With that being said, I'm gonna go eat this steak that my dad just cooked. Peace out, subscribe, slap the like button, and stay tuned for more epicness from our channel.